Hey everybody, welcome to Two Cops, One Donut. I'm your host, Sergeant Eric Levine. Before we get started, here's a quick disclaimer. The views and opinions you're about to hear are those of the hosts and guests alone. They don't represent any police department, agency, sponsor, or employer. Two Cops, One Donut isn't responsible for anything said by guests or for any videos, clips, or content shown during the live stream. This show is intended for adult audiences only. We cover real incidents, we show graphic and sometimes disturbing footage, and we don't shy away from strong language or adult conversations. There may or may not also be alcohol involved. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Everything you hear or see on the show is for entertainment and educational purposes. It is not legal advice and it's not tactical instruction, and it shouldn't be used for such. By continuing to watch, you're telling us that you understand, you accept all this. All right, now let's get into it.
All right, first time using that intro. Now, I am trying to figure out why I'm not able to go live on Instagram. So give me a second while I try to figure this out. Live, morning chat, public, next. You should be connected. We might have to jump off here, then jump back on. Let's see. Says streaming, says streaming. There is no way it is live on Instagram because I'm not seeing it. Stand by to stand by. I cannot see my Instagram for some reason. No idea if we can see us on Rumble either. Trying out new things today. Sundays are my test days. So right now I am trying to figure out if Instagram is showing. It doesn't look like it is. It's not. Why is it not? It is not. Why is it not showing on Instagram? Connect streaming software to go live. I should be connected. Paired channels, that won't be right. Let's turn that one off. Let's look at... Okay, that's not working either. We are having troubles this morning. View on Instagram. We are not seeing... There we go. Now Instagram's finally working. There we go. I don't know what the deal was with that. What's up, Steve Wallace? Looking over at the chat. Steve Wallace in the house. Craig Holcomb in the house. He said because Instagram Live sucks. It does tend to suck. My mom's over at the house. She said, hello, son. It is live on Instagram now. Of course, it's a little delayed, so I'm looking at everybody jumping on. Trying to make it more of a habit to jump on the weekends in that, in between time when I should be making some content. I should be making some videos right now, but I'm not. So it is what it is. Looking over at the chat. Tactical Tequila Podcast just sent a message. Make sure you guys check them out. I was actually on Tactical Tequila Podcast. I need to have them on our show. Just haven't gotten around to doing it yet. But part of what we do, when are you going to air the podcast with retired Chief Noakes? I haven't had him on yet, but he's supposed to be. So it's just a matter of getting that thing going. Yeah, I'm excited to get him on too. I think that'd be a great, it says you are not showing on LinkedIn. We're not? I don't know if I connected our LinkedIn. It shows that I'm connected to LinkedIn. Let me try to open that in a new tab. See what the dealio is. It's showing me on LinkedIn to me. So I don't know what that means. Let me post. There we go. I just reposted the live. I don't know. Maybe that'll work. Looking over at Instagram Live. You know what? There's a lot more people that jump on. Uh-oh. Kyle Rittenhouse in the house. Congratulations, Kyle, by the way. He just got married. At least that's what his Instagram's showing. He goes, it's afternoon now. Well, I'm just getting up, getting around. It's morning to me, brother. I have not talked to Kyle in a while. I need him to, he changes his, Paulina just texted me and said that we are showing up on LinkedIn. So good. If you guys are on LinkedIn, share it around. What we try to do, I say what I try to do in the morning, in these impromptu ones, it's just me. I can't blame Banning or none of the other guys for joining. It's just me. The Gold Shield is in the house. What's up, Gold Shield? Make sure you guys check out their podcast as well. You guys will find that it's very beneficial to you if you have any sort of platform to just say hello in the chat, because I'm going to shout you guys out. I'm going to shout out your stuff. I am very, very spread the love type of guy without STDs. You know what I mean? Sup, bud? Long time no see. Brett McClendon in the house. What's going on? I need to stop saying in the house. But anyway, the thing that I like to do on these impromptu ones is I like to jump on and just discuss the videos that we've posted. One that I'll talk about right away today, I posted, you know what? I'll just show it. That's probably the easiest way to go about doing it. Let me go to my Instagram and we'll go to our reels, and then I'm going to share the screen. Remember, I am a one-man show over here. So give me a second. Let's see, which one would be best? Probably that. Okay. So this one, I screwed up my word. You ever have a moment like in your head, you're thinking one thing and then you just say it wrong and you don't realize it. And for me, when I'm editing these videos, that should be the time that I catch myself. That should be the time, but I didn't. So, and I just said didn't wrong. I said I didn't. Anyway, I didn't catch myself saying the wrong thing, but thinking another. Like in my brain, so I'm going to show the video. It's this wrong way driver one. What I meant to say is that the cop gets in front of a wrong way driver, and I said it as though the cop was driving the wrong way. He wasn't. And I'm a moron. I knew he wasn't because you can see the traffic coming from the other side, which indicated to me that this driver was driving the wrong way. But in my brain, because the cop got in front of the car, I just said that the cop went the wrong way. And that's not true. He actually did drive the right way. But the point that I'm trying to make is that he sacrificed himself in front of a vehicle that was driving the wrong way. That's really what I was trying to say. And I didn't say that. So I came across like a moron, which it happens, you know. So I'm going to show the video. I'm going to unmute it here. And you guys check it out.
Wait, get on. Come out. Wait, get out. Go on. Get out.
91, 83.
Starting with whatever. What is it? Much great for that.
Correct.
Yeah, keep going, please. How drunk are you?
I am drunk, but I'm not.
So anyway, she's drunk as shit. And the officer pulls off a really great life-saving move there. I was messing with the screen to see if I could get that to move over to the right. This is the thing that stinks about some of the software integration is I can't get that screen centered the way I want. If anybody knows a fix for that, let me know. But anyway, that officer, put himself between harm's way. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that when these cars are driving the wrong way on the freeway, it almost always ends badly if something doesn't intervene. It's like an active pew-pewer. I'm not going to say the word because Instagram will get all butthurt. But if you get an active pew-pewer out there, the way that we train now is you go directly to the threat. You try to knock that thing down immediately. Well, damn it. I think on a wrong way driver on the freeway, especially, I think that's what we got to do. But that's not what policy says. I don't know a single police policy. I've never heard of one. Maybe Georgia. Maybe Georgia. But I don't know any of them that would even remotely play with the idea that could be a caveat in their general orders or their SOPs. So when you talk to everybody, though, and I put that question out there, I said, what do you guys think? The tone that everybody that I saw at least agreed with what that cop did. Yes, she did the right. There's a difference between, not doing something because you'll get in trouble versus doing the right thing despite knowing you'll get in trouble. And that's hopefully the mentality that all of our first responders have, but not all of them do. However, why is it that we all can agree that this is the type of thing that a cop should be intervening and how he should be doing it, yet we still have bad policies that contradict that mindset? So, R. Valverde said, it's funny when they're drunk and they think that they're sober. Blows a .125. Yeah, you're right. You are right. Dilly Too Chilly said, cops, huh? I'm smoking meth right now, officer. Well, you're only hurting yourself there, brother. I mean, you're probably feeling good, but you're only hurting yourself. That's on YouTube from Dilly Too Chilly. That's a cool name. Jaden Watson. He goes, I'm a cop right now. I like it. Don't get in trouble watching two cops, one donut on duty. My mom said my sis Kathy and Eric's other mother are in the house. Nice microphone. So did the microphone fix, by the way? I think I figured out what was causing the crackle in the last live that we did. Is Freeman in the house? He is in the house. Freeman Keys. What's up, brother? I got a really good compliment the other night. I won't say who it is, but they said that our platform is very unique, or a one of a kind, I should say. I think that's how they said it. It's a one of a kind because it's a bunch of cops that listen and give opposition a voice even when we don't agree with it. And I did not realize that that's a rare thing. And the more I look into it, yeah, it kind of is. But I'm hoping that maybe how we're doing it is pushing that that momentum back the other way, where we can have discourse and still be friends at the end of the day. Still talk. We may not agree, but we can still talk about it. Freeman Keys said Arkansas State Police probably has it in their SOPs. Yeah, Arkansas, Georgia, who else is a fucking ride until the wheels fall off department? There's three top ones. I just can't think of the third one. Probably Kentucky, because they seem to be getting in trouble for everything lately. Gigi said, did he know she was alone in the car? I don't think it was good at all. Well, even if she's not alone in the car, what is the alternative, Gigi? The alternative is to allow that car to drive at a high rate of speed in the wrong direction and possibly hit an innocent bystander. Now, there may be an innocent person in the car, but it's that whole calculated risk. I would rather stop that vehicle that way than allow it to kill more people by not challenging that vehicle. Doesn't make me right. It's just my opinion. Craig Holcomb said, given where that happened, the biggest issue would have been with policy would be that on a single lane on ramp, not in an open lane, that would allow other drunks to pass safely. Yeah. I think it being that it was weird. It's some sort of construction zone. So it was probably down to one lane. It's hard to tell. I think those cones were there to show that one lane was open. She probably crushed some orange cones just to get on that side of that lane. She said if she had a child in that wasn't in a car seat, yeah, if Jesus decided to descend from the heavens and, do the rapture. I mean, we can what if all day. You have to deal with what's here and now. The here and now is you got a car driving the wrong way at a high rate of speed into potentially a bunch of innocent people. It's no different than when we have an active pew pewer. I have to let some rounds down there. And if one misses, what if it hits somebody? What if? We can what if all day. What if doesn't get decisions made? And not making decisions is how you get a Uvalde. Not making decisions is how you get, a lot of bad things. That's how officers get hurt. Failure to make a decision. I tell my guys, like, when shit hits the fan, I'd rather you make a decision and figure out it's wrong than be indecisive and everything goes wrong. Durami said, I'm from Arkansas. Harrison's in the house. Kentucky gets in trouble for lying under oath, beating people in handcuffs, selling drugs, and so on. Is that it, Harrison? Is that all they get in trouble for? It's not that much. Jerry, the innocent person getting in the car with a DUI driver, has made a choice to put themselves in that danger. That's a fair statement. Jerry, I got to ask you a personal question. Your picture is this big. I can't see more than that, but I see a person with long hair. And I can't tell if you're Jerry a girl or Jerry a guy. I'm not trying to be offensive, but I don't want to mispronounce hey brother or, sister. So Jerry, just from your little tiny icon picture, boy or girl, I'm sorry. Just want to get you right. Durami, have you been pitted yet? Right? It's not a matter of who hasn't been pitted. It's all the ones that have been pitted. Or they switch that around. More people have probably been pitted in Arkansas than that haven't. Beard Blade Smith said, I've seen indecisive cops get others hurt more times than I can count. Yes, 100%. 100%. You watch any decent war movie. And you will see the ones that have really good advisors helping them with the movies, you can see the people that get people hurt are the ones that aren't making decisions. Great example is Saving Private Ryan. Upham, the dude that ends up getting his indecisiveness gets a lot of people hurt. And then finally, when he does make a decision, it probably helps save a lot of lives. So, kind of a sappy way to say it, but just bearded Tim's in the house. He said, as they say in the real world, shit happens and you have to deal with the situation at hand with the info you got. And he said, Jerry's the dude. Jerry. Sorry, man. Like I said, your little icon picture is deceiving because it looks like you have long hair. And so I didn't want to keep calling you brother and bro. And you'd be like, why does he keep fucking calling me a guy? My bad. At least I asked. It's like walking around with a booger in your nose. Like, just tell him. Tell somebody. Don't let him walk around like that. Bradley Young. Miss your voice. I miss Bradley Young. Brad Young, guys. You guys, if you don't know any better, Brad Young is one of the most innovative cops out there for real-time crime centers in the great state of Alabama. He has one of the cutest hillbilly country accents ever. Good dude. A bad cop is a good cop's worst nightmare. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Now, if we could just get cops to start stepping up when they see bad stuff building or after the fact. I don't think we see it enough. Cop HQ has joined. That is a cool little logo name. I like that. Cop HQ, welcome on Instagram. Make sure you guys are talking in the chats on the Instagrams and over on the YouTubes and the LinkedIns and all that good stuff. I don't know if we're live on Rumble. I've been trying to figure it out. I don't know. I can't tell. Go live. I hit go live, but it's not. It doesn't have a button. Anyway. Okay, so now that we've seen that, and by the way, this pisses me off. I don't use Facebook individually for much, but I get a lot of good feedback from people when I post like just straight text posts. So if I have a question to ask, I'll just do a straight text post on Facebook. So each one of my platforms has their own unique benefits. And Facebook is that for, typing and chatting back and forth. So I posed the question, if you could create a new police unit within a department, what would that unit be? What would you want it to be? And I want to see what people's ideas were. And somebody reported it as engagement farming or engagement hoarding or something like that. I don't know what the fuck that means, but what I'm thinking is they tried to flag that because they were thinking that because it went off. I mean, I had hundreds of responses within an hour, and we were all a bunch of great stuff. And some of the stuff that we pull from our platforms gets implemented into real world police stuff. So to me, it's a really good tool to bridge that gap. Well, somebody reported it, and it's still up, but now there's this community thing on there that hurts our reach and all that crap. I'm actually going to go to it and show you what I'm talking about on our Facebook page here. Let me go down. Keep going. There it is. Is there a way to... Let me see here. Give me 1 second. Let me share this screen. Share. Oh, crap. That's not showing up very well. Let me try to share it a different way. Stop sharing. Let's go with window. That didn't do shit either, did it? There we go. Let's do this. There we go. So it's kind of hard to see, but down here it says community note. This is engagement harvesting. Pages use simple questions or provocative content to collect engagement and artificially boost their page's reach. This is a tactic that promotes low quality and harmful content from the same page into your feed. Avoid clicking and sharing or replying. So obviously I disagreed with that community note. And Rat Dog David Williams said, "Hi, Facebook asked me to rate community posts for the first time yesterday, and this was my first one. I said the post was okay and not engagement farming. I wonder how many people they get to review the community notes and how they rate the raters." Thank you for that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Brett McLennan, let them haters can get you on social media with that crap. Yeah. So stupid. Freeman said, "I wish Rumble would take off more. YouTube has too many restrictions." I'm with you. Donna's Ladybug said, "My grandson is a cop in Metro here in Las Vegas, and he is a good cop. So involved with the kids and the community. Super proud of him." That's awesome. That is awesome. Craig said, police need a completely independent internal affairs division made from not just officers that move through the same departments. I don't know if that's feasible, considering there's like 18,000 departments. I just don't know if that's fiscally possible. I don't know. Hard enough to get enough cops. But I get where you're coming from. I think one of the things that would surprise you, that surprised me, is just the checks and balances for a proper IA team. There's a dude on Instagram. He does the IA podcast, and he could probably answer some of those questions a little bit better. I'm blanking on his name, but I don't know. I think if the checks and balances are set properly, kind of like how the IA where I'm talking about, like the way they do it, I'm like, oh my God, yeah, you're not. If you don't follow the formula, like it flags automatically that you didn't follow the formula. It's pretty cool. I've never been in IA. Maybe sometime in my career I'll get over there just to see what it's about, to have a more deeper understanding. Harrison said, I sent you something on Discord. Let me pull up Discord on my computer here. I am super pumped. I want to let you guys know that we are still going to be doing the Ready or Not gaming. So it's going to be me. Badge 502 is going to be involved. He's an EMT and a dispatcher in New Jersey. If you guys aren't familiar with him, he's got a way bigger platform than what we got. And great dude. He's been a part of what we've been doing. We're going to have Matt Thornton, who doesn't do video games at all, so it's going to be interesting. Banning, who also, he used to game, hasn't gamed in a long time. And then we're going to have Jared Cosina out of Arizona. We're going to have Trey. Trey's been on a different shift. So if you guys are like, is he still involved? Yes, he's still involved. We just haven't talked to him in a while because he's been on a different shift. The life of policing. That's just how it is. So, and I know he's going for SWAT. So he will be back. He's not gone. We haven't booted him. We just did a live stream yesterday, the day before. And that was with Anthony Bandiero from Blue to Gold podcast, or Blue to Gold, which is a training company for police. He's a former Harvard grad, practicing attorney, but had retired from policing. And he's also a member of the Supreme Court, which I thought you had to be a judge for that. You don't. There's a team of people that are allowed to fight on behalf of something that reaches the Supreme Court. So those are the Supreme Court members. And he's one of those. So it's kind of neat. But anyway, we've been looking for a legal expert to join us, and it looks like he's down. So we're gonna try to get something official going with him and have him be like our legal beagle when we're talking about stuff like that. So look forward to that. That's going to be cool stuff. The whole point of doing the gaming stuff, Tim, I'll get to your comment here in a second. But the whole point of the gaming thing is the expectations that people have for police and their tactics can be a little unrealistic. I am not a tactical guy. I put that out there right now. I have a lot of cool cop skills, but tactical has never been one. I've never done SWAT. I've never had SWAT training. I've never done any of the tactical units other than the one that I'm on right now, but the one that I'm on right now isn't, it's intelligence based. It's not tactical based. Physical tactics, I should say, because intelligence based tactics is a thing. But the point that I'm getting to is we're all different cops from all around the country. And you're going to see that although some of our training is similar and will help us get through, it's going to be a shit show. It's going to be a shit show, and it's going to be funny because we're going to have fun with it. And it's going to give you guys a chance to talk with us, ask questions, fucking rip on us, roast us if you need to. I think that'll be fun too. But to Tim's comment, I strongly believe that cops need a civilian oversight community. I'm with you. I think the civilian oversight committee is great. I don't think that they should have decision-making powers, but I think they should be able to advise. And then that way, and people are like, well, why shouldn't they be able to make decisions? Well, because one, you need to make sure it's a way to keep the civilian oversight honest. Because if you see a history of something happens, the cops make a decision that's against the cop, and the advisory committee says, yeah, we advise against this cop. But then you see a history that the advisory committee is always going against the cop. And the chief is making a decision that's for the cop sometimes, not against the cop sometimes, goes back and forth, where the department seems more balanced and the civilian oversight committee seems not balanced. So now you can recognize it's like a litmus test. There's an issue. So you don't want to have them making decisions, or vice versa. They could be in favor of the cops, and then you just see the chief just constantly hammering the cop. It's checks and balances work both ways. Ultimately, you need somebody to be a decision maker, and I don't think having somebody outside of the department should be making that, because again, it makes it a litmus test for that chief, and the chief can be booted tomorrow. So if the public's not happy with it, then that will show too. There's a bunch of checks and balances. Craig said, not tactical equals Air Force chair sitter. Shut up. Shut up. You know what? Screw you guys. I got airplanes. Harrison said, same IA departments cover for bad cops. There's definitely been times that IA has covered for cops, and it's been proven. But again, checks and balances. You can't just say IA across the board because there's some IA that have been corrupt. That's where the checks and balances come into play. It's just like having, NCIC, which is how we run plates. All of the information that is ran through NCIC is tracked and logged, and the person that did it is tracked and logged. So if they abuse it and they're following an ex-girlfriend, does that mean that all cops are tracking their ex-girlfriends? No, it's the same thing for IA. So Harrison, don't make dumb, vague, blanket comments about IA because you've got a bad IA. Fix the process. Don't mean it has to get rid of all the cops, so that you should take NCIC checks away from police. I think it should be a civilian retired cop that makes choices. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun. Depends. Sometimes the old civilian cops are too out of touch. My dad's one of them. Too funny. The Navy has more jets. Yeah, but they ain't calling the Navy for air support, are they? Nope. They only call you guys in a pinch. They're like, let's get this air base set up over here. Nice try. Erica91 says, I'm in the hiring process for the sheriff's department. I'm super nervous for a voice detector test. Voice detector test? I think she means lie detector test. I think that's what you mean. Oh, he said it was a typo. You guys know I read the teleprompter. I'm like Ron Burgundy. This is what it is. And how should the public know what IA is good and what is bad? Civilians mostly don't have millions to litigate the issue. So, well, it's no different than anything else. How do you know that the fire department you hired is good? How do you know that the mayor you have is good? How do you know any of it's good? You either have a vested interest and you find out, or you don't. You find out what the checks and balances are, what keeps that system honest, but that's on you to find that research out. You can't just, well, I don't know they're good, so they're not good. That doesn't make any sense. Reach out to your departments, guys. I highly recommend you reach out to your departments. Do a ride along. Figure out how your street cops are. Go up and talk to a PIO, public information officer. Ask them. Say, I want to know more about the IA process. I want to know how the cops are how they're keeping themselves honest. So she said, voice stress analysis. Some agencies are going to, I've never even heard of that. Voice stress analysis. Shit, I would be stressed out knowing my voice is being analyzed. Yeah. All right, let me, enough of my stupid voice here. Let me get to another video. Let me see here. Share screen. Instagrams. Share. Let's go to, a feel-good one real quick. This was a good one.
Got her? Come here.
Got her. super dangerous, y'all. That is so dangerous to do. But you understand why he did it. And I just want to emphasize like that. Although the kid wasn't that far in, which is great. Hopefully there was nobody else in there, but it takes balls to do that. And you guys have been around a campfire. I'm sure most of you have. That type of fire smoke is nothing like a house fire smoke. It's so hard to describe. Like even breathing in some of the invisible fumes, like the smell and everything of a real house fire or a real car fire it hurts. It hurts. And so just doing what he did was super, super courageous to do. And he made a difference there. So that is somebody that sacrificed his own life to go in there and save that kiddo, which was great. And I think we need to celebrate that stuff more. We don't see these types of videos enough. We don't share them enough. That's another thing. You guys know me, I try to be pretty balanced. I'll show bad and I'll show good, but I always want to talk about why, because in the education side of it. And on this one, some of the education side for this is realize that when you do put yourself in that situation, you are potentially creating more victims, including, to include yourself and your partner that's probably going to be right behind you. And now FD is going to have to make some decisions when they get in there. So this worked out. It doesn't always work out. Things to consider. And I like that they did it. I would hope I would make the same decision, but you never really know until you're in it. But no, that was good shit. That was good shit. I think if we shared this type of stuff enough, like for a lot of you guys in the comment section that all I see is bad cops doing bad things all the time. Well, shit, yeah, if that's all you're watching. But I get good stuff like this in my feed quite a bit as well because I'm looking for this stuff. So find it, share it. Don't dismiss it because it's not fitting a narrative that you want to have. And it's a hard it's hard to acknowledge that about yourself. I had that mentality with motorcycle riders for a little while where I'm just looking for, all these motorcycle riders, they just ride like assholes. And then I had to start, I'm like, oh man, I'm doing exactly what I'm preaching against. Let me start finding videos of cops that are doing really cool things. Or motorcycles are doing really cool things, assisting other people and, stuff like that. And so I did. And then I really started finding people wiping out motorcycles. Then the motorcycle riders weren't doing anything wrong. And you're just like, oh man, they get wiped out a lot. Now I see why they're doing what they're doing. So I learned a lot about motorcycle riding. And I don't ride. So anyway. And anybody that listened to the live stream the other day and I had the crackles and pops, please let me know again. I think I got that figured out, but I didn't hear it in my headphones during the live stream last time. So just need you guys to let me know. Police are anti-American right violators. That's not true. Just because you say it doesn't make it true. I'm in the military and I'm a cop. And I'm a cop in the military. Hence 2 cops, 1 donut, by the way. Swore an oath to the Constitution twice. So it's pretty much as American as it gets right there, brother. I proclaim him a hero. Free. Love it. Keys, don't you start that Ladner shit. What's up? Happy Sunday, everybody. Sir coughs a lot. That's a good name, too. He must have been a COVID child. There are no good cops. They are trained to violate rights. Oh, okay, Joe. Whatever vague blanket statement you want to put out there, you're not going to win a lot of people over with that. Joe, let me ask you a question. Do you believe that cops should exist? Should we have policing? That's what I like to pose to anybody that throws out these generic, full, vague blanket statements like that. Are there issues in policing? Yes, there are. But cops are out there trained to violate rights. Nah, it's quite the opposite, sir. It's quite the opposite. I used to train them. You don't want to get wrapped up in that stuff. Craig said, I haven't heard of Crackle yet. Thank you. That's awesome. What streaming service do you use? I am using Restream. As a matter of fact, I don't know if it allows me to do it. Maybe I can. Give me 1 second. Captions. Maybe I can share. Nope. Nope. I'm looking. I thought that there was something I could share, a link that would show you my stuff, but I guess I don't. Nope. No COVID. I'm a cannabis-based content creator and cough a lot. That's awesome. We're supposed to have the Pop brothers, the attorneys, the ones that tell you if the cops question you to shut the fuck up. We're supposed to have them on maybe tomorrow, but we haven't confirmed that yet. So that's what we're doing. I got a message here from Paulina too to make sure that we mention the Eyes on the City push that we're doing right now. We've got 2 proof of concept shows that we put out, guys. So make sure if you want to help support that side for DTV, to go check out our, let me see if I can't pull it up here somewhere. I guess that would be on YouTube, wouldn't it? Give me 1 second here. I'm trying to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So if you're on right now, let me share the screen. Jerry Worms in the house. He said a lot of these people refer to the First Amendment auditors that post many videos of cops not acting properly during their encounters. So if you guys see, I'm clicking on it right now, the donut. There you go. This is our DTV, the donut. And as you can see here, we got Eyes on the City and Tech and Order. The Tech and Order show will be released here sometime soon. But you can see our first proof of concept video right here. And then also, if you need to see any of the little sizzles or anything, they're all here too. But go to DTV the Donut. It is at Watch DTV on YouTube. So I'm going to at Watch DTV on YouTube. Yeah, we're trying to grow that one out, guys. We're making shows. We've got 5 new episodes that we are trying to get contracted out right now, and try to bring you the latest and greatest in police, first responders, technology, and the whole point of that is to. I'm going to stop sharing. The whole point of getting the latest and greatest out there of police technology is so you guys can see it through our eyes, because you guys know we're going to be fair and balanced about it. We're going to test it out, mess it, push it to its limits, but then we're going to have serious conversations about it, how we feel the impact will be on civilians, how we feel the impact will be on a department, rolling it out, what the training's going to be like. Do we think the product's good? Do we think it's bad? It's going to be kind of a Top Gear meets Mythbusters meets Dude Perfect meets Fantasy Factory with Rob Dyrdek. It's going to kind of be all of that into one. It's going to be fun stuff. And then Eyes on the City is about real-time crime centers and understanding what they're doing, how they're doing it, and how they do it different in every city that has one. So, what in the hell? Caddywhack. Tim, do your job. You got some crazies in the YouTube feed right now. Caddywhack, I hope you get some help, brother. You got some problems. Tim, do you see it? Tim, do you see Caddywhack? Sorry, guys. You can stay as long as you don't be violent and you're not racist. Other than that, you can stay. But that would be what I call violent. So, Sir Cosla, he said, just found it and subscribed. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. See, like Joe Bug, he's not doing anything wrong. I don't agree with him. He said they violate the 4th and 5th Amendments every day. Now, that's possible. Out of, 350 million calls for service every year, a cop violating a 4th or a 5th Amendment every day. I think that statistically, that's probably reasonable. I don't think them violating it is reasonable, but I'm saying that's a reasonable statement you made, sir. My robot girlfriend is an ex-lesbian. What? Tarot Destroyer. Love it. He said, it's not me. United States of Disorder. I want to give a shout out to Johnson, Arkansas Sheriff Tom Hughes. He has more than proven to be for the people. Arkansas has been less than accommodating to his attempts at decertifications. Nice. Lacey asked, 2 cops would donate. Can you share the videos or the links for the good thing cops do videos, please? I can't really do it on here. Just go to our Instagram or any of them. Just go to our reels and start clicking through, because it's usually every 2 or 3 videos I'm showing a good one, and then a couple bad, a couple good, a couple bad, a couple good. That's what we do. We're citizens, not civilians. Policemen are not soldiers. Fair. But not all of you are citizens. Doesn't mean I'm not going to still do the right thing. You're playing on semantics to make a point that you don't need to make. Citizens, civilians, either way, you know what I mean. What type of argument are you trying to make? And police are paramilitary. They are paramilitary. You need them to be there when shit goes down, and then all of a sudden they are in that soldier type mentality. They get an active shooter. They're in a shootout, whatever it is. You need tactics. You need cover, concealment. You need all of these things. Wade Lucero, what's up, brother? He said, I handled it, Eric. Banhammer used. Nice. Nice. And then Wade said, and some cops are soldiers. I mean, I call myself an airman, but I am still in the military. Sergeant Levine can't ride a bike. Oh, you son of a bitch. That's fighting words right there. You better be talking about a bicycle or a motorcycle, because I can't ride a motorcycle. You're right. But I'm a bicycling fool. I don't know why, but Instagram will not, like the chat feed won't cycle itself. I have to keep scrolling down on it. All right, let's go to another video. Boom, 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 boom. Let's share the screen. All right, we just watched that one. Okay, this one is controversial. So let's click on this guy. I hate that it does this. There we go. It keeps defaulting to that view. I don't like it. All right. Okay, we're in some sort of intake for jail. Doesn't like that this guy's mouthing off, grabs him, sits him down. Guy goes for a little junk kick, and then padow. And here comes. Oh, okay. So points I want to make on this one is, do I understand the officer's knee-jerk reaction to chuck this guy to the floor? Kind of. The guy did try to, kick him in the nuts, but I look at the totality of things. Why did we go over there to begin with? Why did we go over there alone? If he was you're in the jail. He's not going anywhere. He's in view. He's in front of you. The doors are over here to the, I don't know if you guys can see it, to the right behind him. So the guy's got to get past the cop in the first place to do anything. And he's cuffed behind his back. Now, this guy got knocked out for like 90 seconds from that impact. And this is where I'm talking about ego and stopping things before they get started. You had backup right there. Then they were in the same room together. That lady was just standing a little bit in the distance behind this officer. So if this guy's standing up and he's being loud, the point that I'm trying to make in this is, one, don't let your ego get ramped up because of whatever words are coming out of this guy's mouth. He's handcuffed and he's in jail. He can't lose anymore. He's done. So what he says, who gives a shit? Do what you got to do. But because you let it get to you and you had to go sit him down, I don't know why we had to go sit him down, but if you'd have just told your partner, hey, let's get him under control, however that was going to be. Now you and the partner come over there, and if he does start doing wily stuff, then you just pull him down to the ground. You don't have to do this freaking, Spear Goldberg looking thing where you launch him across the floor. That goes into poor training, not knowing how to deal with people that are handcuffed. This is a big gap in training for cops that I've noticed a lot. Now, again, do I understand the use of force on somebody that tries to kick you in the nuts? Yeah, I understand that. But there's, and I don't want a Monday morning quarterback, but there are a lot of options other than putting somebody face down. What would have happened if you just walked away? Just backed up and created some distance. He was already seated. Back up, create some distance. And then tell your partner, hey, he's got to go into a cell, or he's got to go into whatever. There was a lot of ways to handle this. I don't agree with the way he handled it. He ended up getting 20 days off. I don't agree with that personally, but I'm not the decision maker for that. I'm glad he got something. All right, Timmy, man, take it easy. Said he's got to go. Honeydew list. Ryan Holzinger, I haven't seen him on here in a little bit. He said people that are cuffed can't really do much. Right. And that's kind of the other point, is that what leverage did he have right there? He didn't have a lot of leverage to really get you in the nuts, but regardless, you shouldn't be hitting cops. But I don't know if this guy's drunk, if he's high on something. You brought him in here for some reason. So there's some information we don't have. But to me, there's no reason for this. There's no reason for this, and we got to do better than that. This is why I get into the control tactics side. The more control tactics confidence that you have, the less likely this stuff is to happen. So I don't like it. I don't like this one at all. So, and there's some people that reached out to me, some other, cops, former cops, and they really couldn't understand where I was coming from. And they're like, what ego do you see? I said, the ego was the lead up. We need to squash the ego, because the ego is what caused the officer to go over there in the first place. The guy's standing up, spouting his mouth off. He's not advancing. I agree. You can't just let him stand up and do whatever the fuck he wants. But relax. Don't get emotionally wrapped up in it. Hey, partner, can we come try to get this guy to have a seat? Use your words. But it wasn't that. It was an immediate barking in each other's face. You're not going to tell me. I'm not going to let you tell me. Bah, 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 bah. And then he goes into the slamming him up against the wall and sitting him down and then throwing him into his face. The ego led to it. And I think that's what we need to start addressing, to start preventing this stuff from happening. He had leverage. He leverages the desk against his face to break his fall. He's stupid. Oh, be nice. Twitchy Sketch said, it seems like they have history and the LAL clearly can't deal with drunks very well. Yeah, you don't know if he's drunk, high, whatever it is, but I know he's 62 years old and handcuffed. There's that. It's always a pissing contest with cops. They're very competitive. That's when we see cops get in trouble, that is exactly fucking right. That is right. That's what we see. All right, let's go. I don't even remember what video this is. All
right, from my understanding.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now I remember. Sorry, you got to listen to my voice. I'm gonna Yeah, I guess I'll just play it. I don't like hearing myself.
And this is 36-year-old Joshua Wright. He is incarcerated for misdemeanor charges. Corrections officer has him out at the hospital for some odd reason.
Okay, so something to be aware of. He's in leg shackles. And I don't know what he was thinking, but he wants to get out of here.
And then Joshua does this little attack on the officer and runs away.
So he slaps at the officer's hands when he tries to cuff him up front.
Joshua is in leg shackles.
I don't know if that's a corrections officer or if it's a police officer or deputy. I don't know. But he goes straight to lethal force. He goes right to his gun. There's no taser, no baton, no nothing. And he really doesn't even try to go hands-on again after the guy slaps his hands away. Now, bad guy looks like a big dude, so that could be a part of it, but
Corrections officer switches over to deadly force without any other attempt at some intermediate options. Joshua did not survive this encounter.
I had just woke up, by the way, in this video, just so y'all know. If you're like, why is your hair all fucking crazy? Yeah, I just woke up.
Tell me what you think about this situation. Leave your thoughts in the comments.
The video pissed me off, so I had to go make a reaction to it. Okay. So here's my points of view on it, and y'all tell me what you think in the comments here. But we got to have less than lethal options, obviously. To use deadly force, you have to have an imminent threat of serious bodily injury or death. So I didn't see that for the officer. The guy's running down hallways, unless you know he's about to run into like a child daycare or something like that. And then the guy was also in jail for misdemeanor charges. He wasn't a wanted violent felon. And the dude did not make it. He was unalived right then and there. So tell me what y'all think on that one. He said, where are you going to go with the leg shackles being 350? Yeah, like slow trot behind him if you're not comfortable. Why was he by himself? That's another thing. You're transporting a prisoner alone. Never a good idea. Augustus asked what state that's in. I'm not sure. I don't have that information. Why is the dude out of cuffs in the first place? Mistakes were made. Yeah, there's a lot of bad decisions made. I mean, he could have went to the bathroom with cuffs on. Brian Holzinger said, most people won't make it that far. Yeah. You know, again, totality. Like if this was a violent felon and they know that, then I understand. That's a difference maker, but that's not what we have. At least not according to the information that was released that I got. Now, if that changes, I'll let y'all know. Craig said, whatever officer that is, deputy, CO, whatever, he needs fired for not being able to make. He did get fired. I think that's the one that I read. I believe he got fired. They tried to charge him. The grand jury elected to go for manslaughter, and then that didn't go. Those charges ended up being dismissed. On the caveat, the court said that he could never be a police officer or a corrections officer again in any state. He had to agree to that, and he did. So it's pretty good. Jerry said, yep, Twitchy, that's a good point. Yeah, I agree with, oh God, how am I going to say this? YO Scenic Photos. I bet that's Wyoming Scenic Photos. Wyoming is beautiful, so that's cool. If that's what we're referring to, said Steve Schlager. Panicked, poor training, and scared. Yeah, absolutely. No weapon, no real threat. Lacey said, are there any legitimate physiological tests done on LEOs before they are hired? Yeah, there are. I just don't know if everybody does it. Like where I'm at, like you've got to go through, a battery of medical tests, psychological tests, and physical testing. So running, sit-ups, push-ups, usually some sort of high intensity thing as well. So yeah. And then when you get into the academy, you get put through real fights, like where you got to fight on the ground, do like a grappling match, and then you also have to do a boxing match. So we can see how you react when you're getting hit. When you're exhausted beyond belief, we want to see if you're just going to give up. There's a lot of character checking on that. Getting in a wrestling match with a big dude with a gun on my hip for him to grab seems very scary. Agreed. I'm not recommending you go toe to toe with a big old Bubba like that guy, especially if you're a smaller dude and you're not confident in your training. But just shooting them literally 5 seconds into a chase, also, I don't think is a good thing. Greg Renee Turner said, I did not see anything justified as a chief. I would fire him on the spot and put him under a review to the DA's office. If this officer was working for my department when I was a chief, I noticed there was a lot of mistakes on both parts, but I don't think this was justifiable. But that's up to a DA and a jury. But as a department policy for my department, he would have been put on administrative leave. Possibly I would have fired him immediately pending the investigation by the DA's office. I think that's fair. I think that is fair. Let me give a shout out. We're an hour in. I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Peregrine.io. This is all for cops, guys, or DAs or corrections, like anybody in the criminal justice side. So if you're not a part of that, this really doesn't apply to you. But if you are having trouble hiring cops and you need some sort of supplement to have the cops that you do faster, more efficient work, look at Peregrine.io. I want you guys to go to, this is their actual website. It's Peregrine, like the Falcon.io. So go there, reach out to them. Just let them know 2 Cops 1 Donut sent you. You can look for Michael O'Connor if you can find his email, or just reach out to me directly. I'll get you in contact with him. I promise you it will improve your policing. Also, Retro Rifle, another official sponsor. If you guys like Hawaiian shirts that have guns hidden on them, if you're Pro 2A like me, you can check them out. And then another one of our really big sponsors, Ghost Patch Custom. Go to ghostpatchcustom.com. They're the ones that make the metal looking badge that you'll see me have on occasionally, or the actual badge. I don't have it right next to me. Otherwise, I'd show you guys. They have the actual badge. Like you can get a real badge made by those guys. Coins, patches, all that stuff. And that is owned and operated by a cop. So help his side hustle, y'all. Ghost Patch Customs. Going back over to the chat. 532 Insight LLC started following us. Thanks, 532. I don't know what 532 does, but we appreciate that. Still no Staccato sponsorship. Hey, y'all. I think the 27th or 28th, we are having somebody from Staccato on the show. So it's getting closer. We're trying. We are trying. Let's go to some more feel-good videos. Everybody likes a good feel-good video. So we're going to share the screen. Share. And let's go. Need a little Connect 4. Yeah.
Oh! Tripping.
Got him. Love it. What I like about this video, corny as it is, here's the point that I want to point out. When he walked up, you didn't immediately see, you saw him trying to figure it out at first. You're like, oh, what is this? What are you throwing in front of my face? But what he really did was he recognized what it was, and he didn't get an attitude. He didn't say, no, I'm policing right now. He didn't do anything. He went right for it. That's cool community relationships right there. Like, that is the type of attitude you should have. I like that. So, good stuff. Our guy, he's in the house. What's up, our guy? Harrison said, you coming around to staccato now. Remember, Glocks suck. Hey, watch your mouth. I still like Glocks too. Not everybody can afford a staccato. Obviously, I don't have one. Duh. Okay. All right, let's go to one more video here. Help if I share my screen, wouldn't it? Let's see here. Oh, this was a great video. Here we go. Got some proactive policing going on. He sees a broken window.
Hey, show me your ass. Now, show me your ass.
I just want to point out how shitty of a bad guy burglar you are that you let a beat cop walk up on you and catch you through the window you broke. Like, you didn't hear the vehicle pull up. You didn't, nothing. You heard nothing. How in the zone of stealing this money were you that you don't even have a lookout, which tells me this is probably a very impromptu burglary. So
Get down. Get on the floor. Now.
okay, then you get this little awkward pause. This is where this is from years and years of doing this job, guys. This officer is in a funk in his head where he doesn't know what to do quite yet. He's going through the steps. Okay, I got him on the ground. And now he's deciding what shit that I need to get. He's thinking in his head, I need to get people here. I need to make sure I can see this guy's hands. Is he all the way on the ground like I want him to be, or is he not? I don't know what to say here. So let's see what he ends up saying. I don't remember.
I have the subject on the floor right now.
This is where I'm a big fan of the weapon mounted lights. You could see he had to stop pointing his hand flashlight at the guy. He's got one. You can see the flashlight on the gun, by the way. He's just not using it. Officers, use that thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, on this one, there was a bunch.
Treated the suspect with respect at the end there. Had him in cuffs, no issues. But yeah, so something that I really want to point out on that is you got that weapon mounted light. Use it. That's what it's for. It's so you can keep both hands on your weapon and see shit. We get cops, they want to get that flashlight out there, and now they got their gun and they're trying to do both at the same time. And he had to get on the radio. So what did he do? Loses his light source, gets on the radio, never engages that light on his gun. That could have been the opportunity. Put the flashlight up, turn that thing on if you can't do it one-handed. I would recommend that you all are able to do that one-handed. But yeah, that's what happened there. But you hear that silence. That silence was processing. That was him going, oh shit. Now, the cool part is the guy listened. He didn't have any backup with him. So if that guy didn't listen, oh shit, that's when stuff hits the fan. That's when it gets rough. So I think he did a really good job. Just looking over at the comments right now. And I wouldn't be able to. It's the holiday season, guys, and this show does cost us money. Everything that we do, we have, we use YouTube Premium now because y'all made me. But we put the money into the stuff to support the show. It doesn't go in my pockets. It's not helping me, pay my truck payment. It goes directly into everything we're doing. We're trying to get Banning and Matt actual cameras and get them set up. And we're also trying to get them the equipment to be able to play the game when we do the Ready or Not stuff. So we're just trying to get them set up. You got to remember, when we first started this and we got all these guys together, like we were going off of our old ass computers and doing all that shit. And now the show's growing. We're getting bigger. We're getting more stuff. We got more supporters on YouTube and Buy Me a Coffee and all that stuff. So we're trying to put that money directly back into the stuff to help, with the editing and all of that. We need to help. We need to start getting our mods paid. There's a bunch of stuff that we need to do, that we want to do. And if you are in the position, we would love for you to be able to help support the show either through memberships on YouTube, super chats, and I got the Buy Me a Coffee link on the chat right now. So stuff like that helps us out. It's the only time I'm going to say it. I'm not that guy that's just going to sit here and harp about. If you can't do that, just do a like, follow, subscribe, share us with somebody else. Love that stuff. Craig Turner's on his way out. He said, Eric, have a great day. I have to head to a meeting. Great show today from retired Chief Turner, Ozark Mountain Ranch Rangers. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. Harrison said, how much do you need for cams? They're not cheap, brother. So the cameras themselves are they're the Sony ZV-E10s. They're bottom of the line, but they're made for this. So they're not cheap. So I'll share with you what it is. Sony ZV-E10. That's the name of the cameras that we're using. So we want to get Matt one with a tripod. We want to get Banning one with a tripod. And then we got to start focusing in on their computers and see how they're going to play. Because I think Matt is going to be using his kid's Xbox, but we'd like to get him his own system. And then I don't know what Banning's using, period. I don't know if he's got an Xbox or PlayStation. I play on my computer, so I use Steam. But yeah, any little bit helps y'all. And that's what it's going to. I'm very transparent. I want you to know exactly what it's going to. It's going towards cameras. That's the very first thing we're going for. Is just cameras. So my dogs I can hear them outside of my room. Always throws me off because I can just catch it. I will donate for Banning to not have AOL. Yeah, I do believe that Banning's getting fiber soon. I think they said it's all being buried and whatnot in his city. So yeah, we need, because if you guys haven't noticed, Banning hasn't talked a lot on much of the lives that we've done. He joins, but his connection just is not. He doesn't feel confident enough to stay connected. So that's what we're working on. But yeah, I just put in for my computer to get RAM and what's the other thing? And a memory card or SSD, because my SSD is full. I've had this computer for 5 years, almost 5 years. I still have a good graphics card, so I'm not worried about that. And ChatGPT told me after looking at, by the way, ChatGPT can do so much stuff, guys. So much stuff. ChatGPT, I basically put in my specs on my computer, told it exactly what model number computer I have. It knows all the parts that I got. And I told it all of the stuff that I input, the 3 cameras that I put in here, the live stream. I told it all the stuff that we use it for. And it basically said that I'm underpowered for my RAM and I need a bigger solid state drive because that thing was full. And that was it. And I was like, oh crap, you're saving me a bunch of money because I thought I needed a whole new computer. So be very cool. Harrison said, I'll see what I can do. Well, I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, we're expanding. We're trying to do all that shit. It's very fun. And I cannot wait to get to this video. I've been holding on to this one. I wanted to do it on our Monday Night Live, but I'm going to do it right now because it just pisses me off so much. Let's share the screen. If you go to our Instagram page, or any of our pages really, and you see the video that looks like a Christmas video, it says Cuffing 101, a how not to. We're going to play that video. All right, what you're about to hear is the arresting officer during a press conference on this arrest.
You don't realize when it actually happens in person. You don't know how to prepare for that. So yes, I did go into.
I want you to notice the trouble with the cuffs on a compliant. What's going on? My computer's being weird. On a compliant suspect that's just sitting there along for the ride. How these cuffs aren't going on. This is her. This is the person that you hear in the background. This is her going through this handcuffing. She's in a press conference. I just did a voiceover on the video.
Tunnel vision, and all of my skills, everything that I've learned just came as one. And that's when I just went into straight police mode.
So she's in the straight police mode, and all her skills and everything went into, look, she's handcuffing herself right now. There's no part of training and handcuffing that you ever start cuffing like this. Because of her video, I've been inspired to create an instructional video. So look forward to that. I'm going to make a short little instructional video on cuffing 101.
Got the description. Just look for the person, proceed with caution. The reason why I walked up so comfortably and smoothly was due to the fact that I did my visual observation, and I was able to.
So comfortably and smoothly. Nothing about that was smooth. You look uncomfortable as shit.
Control the situation.
The only thing that was controlling that situation was the suspect by just being chill. Unbelievable. The fact that that department let her get up and do a media conference like that and say that shit is unreal. Unreal. Yeah, that was bad. That was really bad. So what I plan to do, we've already put on an ego class because we constantly see cops having ego issues. So the next thing that I think I'm going to do is just do a quick 1-minute video of cuffing. Just going to show you how, I'm not going to say much. I'm just going to show it and give you different angles on it and show you how to break it down, or just have it. So then you can be like, hey, your guy sucks at cuffing, go to this link. And then you guys can just reference our link on how to handcuff. Lacey said, when is Matt on this channel? I miss seeing him. He's on all the time. Look at the episode we did with Bruce Bryan. He was on that whole episode. Look at the episode before that. He was on that whole one. He makes it when he can. That's the beauty of our network. Some nights you get Deadleg and me. Some nights you get Banning and Matt. Some nights you get Trey and Alan. Some nights you just get me. Like right now, you just get me. It's just what we do. It's the fun of having the network. I can tell you guys in June, I'm out. I will not be on any of the podcasts all of June because I will in March. In June, FIFA's coming to my city, and I'm going to be working 39 days, 12-hour shifts dealing with FIFA. So it is what it is. So I'm going to have the boys step up. We need to get some girls. We don't have any girls on here either, do we? We tried to have a Kat, but life was too busy for her and she couldn't keep up. Made in America. He said, hey, y'all. What's up, brother? Could that guy sue the department for taking too long to arrest him? Yeah, possibly, right? I think he can sue for everything. He said, damn. When you do the arresting 101, can I be the resistant? Can I be the resistance? You can try. What game? What's the game again? Oh shit. I'm sorry. I missed some of those. Hair by Steph said, yeah, your channel is definitely growing. What's the game again? I don't know what game we're talking about. Sorry, Hair by Steph. I don't know which game you're referring to. I must have said something that was talking about a game. And I just don't remember because I got the memory of a goldfish. I'm looking through my chats. Yeah. All right. Let me see. What else do we got? I'm a grandma. Does that count? I'm not a brother. I'm a sister. Oh, my bad. You got a name that doesn't distinguish or a picture. So is what it is. Yeah. Maybe I'll do that instructional video here. Oh, I can't. I left my vest at work. I might have a second. You know what? I might have another set of cuffs with me somewhere. I might be able to do it. Maybe I can make it today. I got some nephews and nieces staying with us, so I'll use them as my my subjects. If you like numbers, Grandma, then it counts. Oh, the game is ready or not. Yes. Okay, that's what we were talking about. The game. Yes. Hair by Steph. The game is ready or not. Is like a SWAT game. But we're going to be playing it like street cops. So, although I do believe Matt and Banning have been on SWAT teams, so that should be interesting. That should be interesting. Because hopefully they can kind of guide us as we're going, because I'm going to mess up. I'm telling you that. I know how to kind of clear some corners, but not in a fast, efficient way like SWAT guys do. I'm more of a slow clear, not the quick stuff. But if you guys got some questions, go ahead and pop them in the comments. I'm going to leave it open for the next 10 minutes for questions while I get a little sip of energy drink here. I got a little C4. C4, if you're listening, I would love for you guys to also be a sponsorship for what we do, because I drink your stuff every day. I like Bombsicle. It's one of my favorites. Anybody else a C4 person? Matt, I found out, is a C4 person. I got him hooked on that Bombsicle. It tastes like a Rocket Pop, if you guys remember Rocket Pops. Delicious. Wade Lucero said, I'm 60, 5'9", 130 pounds, and there's no woman cop that could cuff me if I didn't want it. Wade, I'm going to make a point that even if it's a woman or a man, I'm 5'11", about 190, 195. It's the holidays right now, so I'm probably about 195. And I've got a grappling background, like a big grappling background. I've been doing jiu-jitsu since 2006, judo before that, boxing. I promise you, brother, if you fought me and you did not want to be cuffed, I'm not getting you cuffed. It would take 3-4 of us to get a person, even a 110-pound female. If she doesn't want to be cuffed, it is fucking hard. I want you to remember, if they pull their arms in and just keep squirming around and rolling, it's virtually impossible to pull somebody's arms out like that. It's very hard. Not without doing some stuff. You gotta do some stuff. I feel a sneeze coming. Woo. So that's a good point to make, Wade. Or a good subject to bring up. I want people to understand that a person that doesn't want to be cuffed is damn near impossible to get cuffed by yourself. I would almost say fully impossible by yourself. And one thing that cops mess up a lot with, when they go to cuff, they get them cuffs in their hands too soon. You need to get them in a final cuffing position. So if they're compliant, that means, you get them to get their hands behind their back, spread the feet, and then you get your cuffs out. Once you've got some sort of positive control over their arm. That's going to be your indicator if they're going to do anything dumb. So Wade said that he's a purple belt in Aikido. So yeah, see, I'm a big fan. Just having some sort of martial arts is better than none. Made in America, militarized policing, SWAT for funsies. Yeah, exactly. He said, Vanessa, 94, said, how long ago did you start your channel? April 21. April of 2021 is when we started. So we've been going almost 5 years. I think that adds up to 5 years, right? Yeah, because April of 26 is coming right around the corner. So yeah, almost 5 years. When we started all of them together. So YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all that. We started it all. I even have a Twitter account that's now an X account, but that thing hasn't grown hardly at all. It's at like 500 people. I don't understand X. It just doesn't grow. Two cops went on it. Why are we talking about C4? We would get arrested for that shit. Maybe I missed the content. C4 is an energy drink, homeboy. Made in America. More math. Why not silicone cuffs for the minor detentions? That's just one more thing you'd have to carry, bro. One more thing. Cuffs are cuffs. If cuffs are going on, they're going on for a reason. They're not made for comfort. Let's see here. Looks like we got some Dead Legs giving me shit for Ohio State beating Michigan. Fair enough. I didn't even get to watch the game, which is really sad for me. I was too busy with the podcast stuff at that day. Steve Wallace, I like the furry cuffs personally. Fuzzy cuffs. Sickos. Numbers are just wannabe letters. You're not wrong. Yeah, Ryan said turtle. That's that move when you bring your arms in and too much swag, not enough courage. Exactly. Let me go back over here and see if we can't get another video in. Oh yeah, we could do this for sure. So we'll show this video and then I'll make a point of why I do what I do. Because it seems to come up quite often as well. Share screen, share. Now you'll see that I have a little mini series on our Instagram or on all of our things called Cops Do It Better in Other Countries. So I'm going to show this video.
22.
Twist.
You're watching DTV.
And okay. So now that you've seen that, it gets a lot of great reactions. It causes a lot of great engagement. And on the surface, it appears that I'm showing these videos to show that our police do it better than other police across countries and other countries. That's not the point. I see how you can see that on the surface level, but that's not why I do it. Why I do it is because awareness and perspective improves policing across the board. So by me sharing that and showing how other cops in other countries are doing it, one, it helps, the old adage, history repeats itself. We could always revert to shitty policing, worse policing than what we got. I don't think our policing is bad. I'm just saying it could get worse. So seeing how other countries do it, one, it keeps us moving, progressing. Two, most, if not all of these videos that I have gotten from cops overseas doing this stuff are from their own citizens, sending them to our platform, asking us to help bring awareness. They like that we're shaming them because they're hoping it helps improve their policing over there. So yes, I want to improve policing in the US, but doing this has helped it, at least we're hoping it's helping bring exposure of how policing are doing it across in other countries and helping them improve. That's it. You guys know I'm an optimistic person. I'm a, rose glass person. So if I can help policing in other countries by doing this, I'm going to do it. It is not hey, look, we're so much better than these other countries because we have bad. I could show bad. I do show bad. You would have a valid argument if I didn't show bad videos of cops doing bad stuff in the US, but I show those too. So that argument makes no sense. Bad police work is bad police work. We have to show it. We have to discuss it, and we got to talk about how we can improve from it. Now, the old dick twist from behind, obviously not kosher. Let's not be doing that. Twitchy Skitch said, Eric, X and Facebook want you to pay to promote your content. Not true, because I did pay for a year of X. It did nothing. Didn't help me grow at all. So it didn't work. And I post everything that I post on all these other platforms, I post on X. They all post the same time. So, Ariel, do you think you can improve policing in North Korea? No. I can't help everybody. No, I can't. You got me on that one for sure. I definitely can't. But yeah, we are. All right, we're at an hour and a half. I think that's all I got in me for today. Lacey said, we can't even do that here. Yeah, you're not supposed to. Not unless there's like serious bodily injury or death imminent. Then you can do everything. Wade said, don't drink energy drinks. Highly toxic. I don't drink anything in a can and I don't eat anything packaged food. Hey, brother, we all got to have our vices. I love them. I do a lot of healthy things, but, something's going to take you out. Made in America. Are you kink shaming him? No, that is not my point. But all right, guys, I'm going to end this. Free, thank you. Appreciate you guys. I was told not to end my live streams abruptly because it cuts off weird. So I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to allow you guys to say goodbye. Lacey said, please tell Matt hello from me. Will do. And all right, guys, thanks for joining this little impromptu live. And